Welcome back to my channel, Certain Vlogs. Today, you will learn everything about math with me, Certain. For this day lesson, we'll have the quadratic function. Under this is transforming standard form of quadratic functions into vertex form of quadratic functions. But before that, we'll have first the objectives. So at the end of the lesson, you, the learners, will be able to transform quadratic function defined by y equals ax squared plus bx plus c into vertex form, which is y is equal to a times the quantity of x minus h squared plus k. And to determine the vertex h comma k of a given quadratic functions. Grade 9, are you ready? Okay, let's proceed. So we have to derive the vertex form of y equals a times the quantity of x minus h squared plus k from the standard form of the quadratic function, which is y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Quadratic functions are frequently expressed in the form of f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Also, pwede rin naman natin gamitin yung y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, where the values of a, b, and c are real numbers, and a, which is the leading term, is not equal to 0. So in our quadratic functions, ax squared is called the quadratic term. Why? So bakit nga ba tinawag na quadratic term ang ax squared? Because the degree of our literal coefficient, we have 2, or the exponent of the leading coefficient is 2. That's why we call it quadratic functions, because the leading coefficients has an exponent of 2. Okay. Then bx is the linear term. When we say linear, the highest exponent or the exponent of the literal coefficient, we have 1. So the middle term is called the linear term because of the exponent of 1, bx. So hindi lang po yun na isusulat as exponent of 1. So nandun na po sa bx yung exponent ng 1. Then the last term, which is c, is also called the constant term. Okay, let us proceed. So from the standard form of quadratic functions, f of x equals x squared plus bx plus c, we have to derive and to get the vertex form, which is y, or f of x, equals a times the quantity of x minus h squared plus k. From this standard form, we have to factor a. So factor out the value of a. So we have ax squared divides a. The answer is x squared. Bx divides a. So we have bx over a. Then rewrite the value of c. So we have now a times the quantity of x squared plus bx over a plus c. Then, from the second term, bx over a, we have to complete the square. So by completing the square, from the variables of x, b over a. So we constantly divide b over a to positive 2. So we have now to get the reciprocal of the second term, which is 2. So 2 becomes 1/2, which is the reciprocal, and proceed to multiplication. So b over a times 1/2. The answer is b over 2a. So we are going to divide from division. We get the reciprocal of the second term. From 2, it becomes 1/2. Then multiply to b over a. So it becomes b over 2a. Then multiply by itself. So b times b. So we have b squared. 2a times 2a. The answer is 4a squared. So now we complete the square, x squared plus bx over a plus b squared all over 4a squared. Then rewrite the constant, so plus c. If we add the last term of our square, so we subtract it to the constant, including the values of a. So we have to subtract c minus a, then the last term of the to complete our square, b squared all over 4a. Then we have to cancel a, then 4a squared become 4a na lang. Ayan po. So, yan. Then, kakalatiin natin yung b over a. Okay, the half of it is b over 2a. So now we have to complete the square. So we have a equals the quantity of x plus b over 2a squared plus c minus b squared all over 4a. Because we cancel a, kaya nagkaroon tayo ng b squared minus 4a. Okay, continue. So from this positive b over 2a, so the value of h from the vertex or our formula for h is negative b over 2a. If it is positive, the value of h become negative b over 2a. Then, we rewrite the formula c minus b squared all over 4a, which is the value of k, or the formula for k. So k is equal to the difference of c, which is the constant, and b squared all over 4a. So from this, we derive the vertex form. So now the vertex form is f of x equals a times the quantity of x minus h squared plus k. So pwede natin gamitin yung formula to determine the vertex and our vertex form from the standard form of quadratic functions. So pwede natin gamitin itong HK formula, mga anak. Then, proceed tayo sa mga examples for further understanding. Okay, we have to transform h given into vertex form of quadratic functions. F of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k, and determine the vertex h, comma k. So we have 1, f of x is equal to x squared minus 4x minus 5. We have number 2, f of x equals negative x squared minus 2x plus 8. And we have number 3, f of x equals 2x squared plus 4x plus 16. Are you ready? So, let us proceed to example number 1. So, the longest way So we have to factor. Since the value of A is 1, so 1, factor out A, x squared minus 4x. Then we write the constant, we have negative 5. Then from the second term, we have negative 4x, half of it, of negative 4, we have negative 2, then square, so we have positive 4. Okay, then the equation now is f of x equals 1 times x squared minus 4x minus 4x plus 4. Minus 5, rewrite the constant. If we add 4, we subtract 4 from the constant. Then solve. Then we have to complete the square. X squared minus 4x plus 4. So the answer is 1 times x, kalahati ng negative 4. We have negative 2. Then square. Negative 5 minus 4. The answer is negative 9. So from the subtrahend 4, it becomes negative 4. Proceed tayo sa addition. So negative 5 plus negative 4 is negative. So we have now the vertex form of the quadratic function, where h is from negative 2, it becomes positive 2. Then k is, as is, we have negative. So we got the vertex form and the vertex. Okay. Proceed naman tayo sa formula. Okay, the first thing you do, if we have to determine the h and k, is to determine the values of a from the given quadratic functions. So a is 1, b is negative 4, and c is negative 5. Then, the formula for h, we have negative b all over 2a. The formula for k, we have b squared, or rather c minus b squared all over 4a. Then, substitute the given formula or the given values of a, b, and c to the given formula for h and k. So negative times b, which is negative 4, all over 2a, or 2 times the value of a, which is 1. Then h is equal to negative times negative 4. The answer is positive 4. 2 times 1, we have 2. So h is positive 2. Then from k equals c, so which is negative 5, minus b squared. So b squared is negative 4, then square, over 4 times the value of a, which is 1. A is equal to negative 5. Negative 4 times negative 4, or negative 4 squared, the answer is 16 all over 4. Then simplify. K is equal to negative 5. 16 divides 4, the answer is 4. So k is equal to negative 5 plus negative 4. K is equal to negative. So from this, we got the vertex form, which is f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So, nababago lang doon sa value ng h. Okay, the value of a natin is 1. So, pwede rin hindi siya isulat. Pwede rin naman siyang isulat. So, 1 times x. The value of h, we have negative 2. From positive 2, we have negative 2 square. Then, negative 9 is as is, we have negative. So, ganun din naman na makukuha natin kung gagamit tayo ng formula or yung long way to derive the vertex form. Okay, another example, mga anak. So, unahin naman natin yung formula. Okay. First, again, we determine the values of A, negative 1. We have B, which is negative 2. C is positive 8. Okay, the formula for H, again, negative B over 2A. So, negative times negative 2 all over 2 times 1. So, negative times negative 2, the answer is positive 2. 2 times 1 is 2. So, H is simplified as 1. So, our value of H is 1. Then, we have the K equals B squared or C minus B squared all over 4. So, C yun mga anak. C minus B squared over 4, 8. Then, substitute the given values of A, B, and C to the given formula. C is equal to A minus B squared, so negative 2 squared, all over 4 times negative 1. Then, simplify. So, 8, negative 2 times negative 2 or negative 2 squared, we have positive 4 all over negative 4. So, from this, 8, 4 divides negative 4, the answer is negative 1. Okay. So, 8 plus 1, 8 plus 1, the answer is, okay, the answer is 9. So, 8 minus negative, negative 1. The answer is 9. Okay, next. Try natin yung long way. So, we have f of x, factor out a, so negative 1. So, we have x squared plus 2x plus 8. So, f of x, kalahati ng 2. So, kalahati ng 2, we have 1. Then 1 squared, we have 1. So, negative 1 times x squared plus 2x plus 1. Then, we write 8. Then minus, we have negative 1, which is a. So, negative 1 times 1. Again, half of 2 is 1. 1 square is 1. So, we have to complete the square. Then, rewrite the value of C, which is 8, minus negative 1 times 1. So, we have negative 1, kalahati ng 2, which is positive 1, then square. 8 plus 1, the answer is 9. So from this, h becomes negative 1. And as is yung ating value ng k, which is positive 9. Then our vertex form is f of x equals negative 1 times the quantity of x plus 1 squared. Okay, proceed tayo sa third example. We have f of x equals 2x squared plus 4x plus 16. So, long way naman tayo mga anak. So, f of x, factor out a, which is 2. 2x squared divides 2. The answer is x squared. 4x divides 2. The answer is 4 divides 2. We have 2. Then copy x. Then rewrite positive 16, which is the constant. Okay, from this, we have f of x equals 2 x squared plus 2x. So from the second term, we have to divide 2 from 2 and constantly divide it by 2. So 2 divides 2, we have 1. Then 1 squared, we have 1. Okay. So plus 1. Plus 1. Then plus 16 minus 1 times 2. Okay, if we add, then subtract to the constant. So we have now f of x equals 2. Then kalahati ng 2, which is 1. Square. Then proceed to 16 minus 2. The answer is positive. So h is negative 1. K is positive. Again, magbabago yung sign natin from positive to negative sa h. Sa h lamang. Then k is equal to 14. And our vertex form is f of x equals 2 times x plus 1 squared plus 14. Then, the easiest way, so determine the values of a from the given quadratic functions. So a is 2, b is positive 4, c is positive 16. Then h is negative b over 2a. Substitute the given values of a and b to the given formula. So negative b, negative times b, which is 4, all over 2 times the value of a, which is 2. So negative times 4, negative 4. 2 times 2 is 4. So h is negative 1. Then the value of k, or the formula, is c minus b squared all over 4a, or over 4a rather. Over 4a. So the value of c is 16 minus b squared, 4 squared, all over 4 times 2. Then we have 16, 4 squared, or 4 times 4, we have 16. And 4 times 2, we have 8. Simplify 16 over 8 to 16 minus 16 over 8, or 16 divides 8, we have 2. So we have k is 2. Then our vertex form of quadratic function. So a is 2, so f of x equals to times, then it becomes positive 1 square, then as is positive 40, which is k. Simple as that, mga anak. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. See you on my next math vlog.